Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Monday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in week 18 of our London Bulldogs franchise, so we beat the Indianapolis Colts last episode 64-7, which I will have the link to the video in the description. So I got the weekly awards coming up right here. Khalid Smith for our London Bulldogs had 13 carries, 171 yards, and he had 3 rushing touchdowns. However, defensively, Tony Jefferson had 3 tackles, 2 INTs, and 1 touchdown. So he ended up having a pick 6 against the Indianapolis Colts last episode. And if we win this episode, which I'm pretty sure we have first round bye, if we win against the Eagles, we definitely will. So this is the playoff picture as of right now. Eagles are the 5th seed, so I'm pretty sure they might have made the postseason, but we definitely have, because we're at number 1 seed. So without a further ado, we'll show you the uniforms, and we'll see you guys at kickoff. Alright, so the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be wearing black jerseys with midnight green pants, black socks, and white with midnight green shoes. For the London Bulldogs, we are just going to wear our simple white away jerseys with with blue pants and blue socks. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at kickoff.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles versus Cam Newton and the London Bulldogs.
Alright, now it is kickoff time here in the 267 Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Liberty Bell City. So the London Bulldogs are ready to kick this one off. And the Philadelphia Eagles whatsoever are ready to return. They used that hit stick fumble, but Philadelphia was lucky that they recovered there that time. So this is going to be a first down and 10. Jalen Hurts stepping onto the field for the first time for the Philadelphia Eagles in this episode. So first and 10 from the 30. Hurts throws it out to Devonta Smith, the Alabama product. So he has 3,000 passing yards this season. Jalen Hurts. So this is going to be a 2nd and 4 from the 36-yard line here in Philadelphia. So Philly, they're going to throw this one out to Devonta Smith. That's going to be a 1st and 10 now. 3rd and inches, excuse me, as we get to use the 46 defense here for the London Bulldogs. So they're going to hand this off. They're actually going to throw, and he gets sacked by Hassan Reddick, the former Carolina Panthers linebacker. So this is going to be a 4th and 8 now for London. So Philadelphia, we have 54 sacks defensively this season. We just reached our 50th last episode against the Indianapolis Colts. So Golden Tate's ready to return this one, and he is still on his feet whatsoever. He's going to break tackles along the line, and he gets this one into the end zone for a touchdown. That is a 92-yard punt return for a touchdown. So the London Bulldogs now take this 7-0 lead here in Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, not far from the Camden, New Jersey border. So we're actually going to take a break here. We'll see you guys when we're on offense. Now we are on offense because the Eagles, they lost the fumble on the kickoff. So we get to return. So we get to be at the 29-yard line. So we're going to use a strong formation. We're actually going to put in some Khalid Smith, the NFC offensive player of the game from last episode, who had 171 rushing yards and scored 3 touchdowns. So Smith is still on his feet whatsoever. Gets stopped at the 6 for a gain of 23 yards on that play. So We have 13 rushing yards this season offensively. And this is going to be a 1st and goal from the 6. So we're going to hand this off to Khalid Smith. And Khalid Smith scores it into the end zone for a touchdown. His first rushing TD of the game. And it's now going to be 14-0 Bulldogs. 2nd down and 10 now here for the Philadelphia Eagles at the 37. So they're actually going to throw the football. Jalen Hurts. They're both first name Jalen. Rieger is the wide receiver, by the way. 3rd and 10 now from the 37. Jalen Hurts, he throws this pass that's incomplete, and he's 2 for 5 and has 10 yards so far in this episode. So that is going to result in a 4th and 10 whatsoever. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to punt this away. And London is ready to return with Golden Tate. Now, you guys recall from a few minutes ago, he returned this one all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. But this time he doesn't, but that's okay. I mean, we're still at this 14-0 lead. And we're obviously going to make the playoffs because we're the only undefeated team left in the NFL. And we will probably win this game out. So we're going to be the first 17-0 NFL franchise. So that's going to be something interesting along the lines here, as this will be a 1st and 10. Clock's winding down pretty fast in London here in Philly. So I'm going to put in some Larry Fitzgerald. So we're going to use a double slant route here on 1st and 10 from the 39. Cam Newton firing this one out. So that's too deep. And that is going to result in a 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line with only 49 seconds to go. Newton throws this one again, and this is completed to Rob Gronkowski. So that results in a 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line. So we're actually going to put in the pistol formation. We're going to use a 4 verticals pass play. This is one of my favorites because you got so many opportunities at so many variant receivers you can choose from. And Antonio Brown scores that touchdown for the London Bulldogs. And it's now going to be 21-0 London here in Philadelphia. So we'll see you guys in the 2nd quarter. Alright, so now this is a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line here in Philadelphia. So Jalen Hurts running the ball at it. He gets that 1st down for a gain of 13 yards on that play. So this will result in a 1st and 10. So we're going to use his own coverage at the 42-yard line. So 1st down and 10 for Philadelphia. And Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball, but he only gains about 1 yard on this play. So this will result in a 2nd and 9 from the 41. So Philadelphia, I'm thinking they might just run the ball on it, actually throw the ball on this play, but we actually sack Jalen Hurts. So Rodney McLeod, the former Philadelphia Eagles secondary, makes the sack on him. And I believe he was on that championship team back from the 2017 season. So 3rd and 18 now here for the Eagles. So this is going to result in a 4th down. And this means it's our possession. Auden Tate claims that reception, by the way. And we're ready to return the punt here in Philly. So they're going to punt this away. And we're not going to return it for very much. I mean, we're only going to return it for maybe, 1-2 yards at least. So we'll see you guys after the 2-minute warning. All right, so this is going to be a 1st down and 10 from the 37. 2-minute warning is over, by the way, for the first half. And Larry Fitzgerald claims that reception. So they're at the 3-yard line. So he has 1,242 receiving yards this season. So that's going to be a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. And I'm thinking about running it with Cam Newton because he's a pretty fast quarterback running-wise. So he proved it back in 2015 with the Carolina Panthers. So from 3 yards out, Cam Newton gets it into the end zone for his first rushing touchdown of the game. And this is now going to be 27-0. We're actually going to make it 29-0 because we're going to actually run the ball either way. So 2-point conversion coming up. And we run this in, we get it in, so it's now 29-0 here in Philadelphia. All right, 1st and 10 from the 29 here in Philadelphia. Devontae Smith claims that reception. They take the timeout though, so we're going to blitz here off 1st and 10 from the 46 here in the 2-6-7 and the 2-1-5. And Miles Sanders claims that reception. He gets stopped at the 50. So we're going to blitz here on 2nd and 6 at the middle of the field. So the Eagles, it looks like they're going to throw this football. Actually, he gets sacked. CJ Mosley with the first sack of the game. So that will result in a 3rd and 11 from the 45. And he's going to scramble the ball. He's going to throw this one out to Miles Sanders. So he's going to get stopped at the 48. We'll see you guys in the second half. All right, it is kickoff time here in Philadelphia to begin the second half. And the Eagles are ready to kick this one off. And we got Golden Tate, who you guys saw return that awesome punt. And look at him go. He is still on his feet. He has quite a bit of daylight here in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field. Jumps on in, end zone, touchdown, Bulldogs. So that's going to be a second kickoff return for a touchdown this year. And it's now going to be 36-0 here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So we'll see you guys when we're on defense after this field goal. So we're actually going to take a break here, and we will extend the lead to 36-0. All right, so now this is going to be a 1st and 10 from the 43 here in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, he's 12 for 15, 91 yards. So they're not giving up on first downs. They want to move the chains here. So this is near the end of the second quarter. This is midway through the 3rd quarter already. And they're going to throw this one out to Dallas Goedert. So that's going to be a 1st down and 10. We're going to blitz here on the defense. So we got to stop this Philadelphia Eagles offense from trying to get a 1st down. So they're going to throw this one out to Miles Sanders, and he gets stopped there at the 12. So 114 passing yards for Jalen Hurts. I mean, this Philadelphia Eagles team is on the rise of making the playoffs, or they might have made the playoffs. From what I've last checked, the Chicago Bears have made it. So have we. And the fumble was out, and we recovered. Levante David, I believe, recovered that fumble. So that's going to be a turnover for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we're actually going to put in some Khalid Smith. We're going to use a power out run play. The Philadelphia Eagles now have 2 turnovers on the day. And Khalid Smith is just going to run the ball, and he gets stopped there at the 31. 4 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown, by the way. And the clock's winding down pretty fast here. So we're going to use a pistol formation, 4 verticals pass play on 1st and 10. So Cam Newton, he's going to fire this one out to Antonio Brown. And this is going to conclude the 10th receiving touchdown on the year for Antonio Brown. And this is now going to be 43-0 here at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. So we'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, 1st and 10 from the 30, 25 seconds to go in the 3rd. And they're actually going to hand this off to Avonte Maddox. So he gains about 5 yards on that play. And it's a 2nd and 5. So they're only like half a 1st down from getting a 1st down. So 10 divided by 2 does equal to 5. And this will be the final snap, I'm presuming, for the 3rd quarter. And now Jalen Hurts runs the ball. He gets stopped at the 47. 1st and 10, end of 3rd. London leading this one big time. 43-0. And this is kind of funny how we've had scores with either 50 or 64 points as our highest. And this is surprising to me because how do you think we do well in football games? We win the games pretty hard with our self-strategic defense. So this is going to be the final few minutes of the regular season. So the Eagles are going to be in that playoff spot. Don't know how far they'll make it, but we're going to be the first round bye. So this is going to be a 1st and 10 from the 27 here in Philly. And the Eagles are back to pass. They're going to fire this one out to Miles Sanders. So Miles Sanders, he gets that first down and gets stopped at the 16. 17 for 20, 137 yards. So they're at the 16-yard line. And they're going to hand this off to Miles Sanders, and he gets pinned at the 16. He does not lose nor gain any yards on that play. And 2-minute warning is almost up here in Philadelphia. So the Eagles, they're in the red zone whatsoever. But all they need is a first down and a touchdown. All right, 3rd and 1 now here for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're ready to play some offense, and that turns out to be an incomplete pass. So this will result in a 4th and 1. The Philadelphia Eagles are trying to get their first points of the game whatsoever by only attempting a field goal. So they're not going to get too much in. So this is going to be a 43-3 lead here for the London Bulldogs as we get to return the kickoff at the 35-yard line. So we're ready to return this one. And Golden Tate, you guys saw him earlier in the second half. He returned that one for a touchdown, but unfortunately he does not for this one. So this is going to be a 1st and 10. We're going to use a dagger pass play on 1st down and 10 from the 27. Cam Newton running the ball, and he's breaking tackles, breaks another one, and gets stopped there at the 48. 4 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown for Cam Newton. And the Eagles, they've allowed 142 passing yards whatsoever. And the clock's winding down pretty fast here. So a minute 20 to go in the 4th. Eagles, they're going to lose this one. So Cam Newton and the Bulldogs, he has 5 carries, 105 yards, and 1 touchdown so far. So they're going to move the chains here. And they're at the 25, so we're only like 5 yards away from getting it into the red zone. And I get sacked by Fletcher Cox, his 10th sack on the year for Fletcher Cox. So this is going to wind up being a 2nd and 13 from the 28. So Cam Newton, we're actually going to try to run the ball here. And he gets stopped at the 10-yard line. So 122 rushes for Cam Newton today. And this is going to conclude the regular season for the London Bulldogs. And this is going to be our final play of the regular season. So we're going to run it in with Newton, get stopped at the 3, and we win it 43-3. So that was a good game for this London Bulldogs team. They finally finish up 17-0 on the regular season. First team to do so, by the way. The only team to make it to 16-0 was the 2007 New England Patriots. And I think only 14-0 team in the NFL was the Miami Dolphins back in 1972 under head coach Don Shula. And Jalen Hurts, 94.5 passer rating, 18 for 22, 147 yards, 81%. No touchdowns, no INTs. Cam Newton, perfect pass rating on the day, 142 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Cam Newton had 7 carries, 129 yards, 7 broken tackles, and a touchdown for a quarterback. That is so interesting to see. So Khalid Smith, 4 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown with an average of 16 yards. Antonio Brown was the only receiver to claim touchdown receptions, which he did score 2, surprisingly. So Fletcher Cox had Philadelphia's only sack of the game. Chase Young, C.J. Mosley, Rodney McLeod, and Hassan Reddick all claimed 1 sack as well. There were no INTs, so this is going to be a 1 fumble recovery for Levante David and Josiah Scott. So this winds up being no touchdowns whatsoever. And Golden Tate returned a 95-yard punt kick return for a touchdown. And punt return wise, he returned a 92-yarder as well. So that wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll show you the first round playoffs. So here are the playoffs as for the 2022 regular season for the London Bulldogs. So London, as you guys can tell, is at the number 1 seed. So for the wild card, the Chicago Bears will be hosting their NFC North rival, the Minnesota Vikings, at Soldier Field. They've only made the playoffs against each other once. Chicago won that on New Year's Day of 1995, which was at least 6 or 7 years before I was born. I was born in September of 2001, so for me, this would be the first time. But this is Madden. Anything can happen. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be hosting the Philadelphia Eagles at Raymond James Stadium, and the Arizona Cardinals will be hosting the Carolina Panthers at State Farm Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. So for the AFC, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be the first round buys. So the Pittsburgh Steelers will be hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. The Miami Dolphins will be hosting the Baltimore Ravens in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. And the Tennessee Titans will be hosting the Cleveland Browns in the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. So that wraps it up, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in the playoffs.